Hey Online Academy, I just wanted to get you guys a video explanation of what we are going to be working on this week, the week of December 7th through 11th. This week we're really talking about symbols of happiness and our symbols of happiness, but also really societal symbols of happiness. So sometimes, society tells us what should make us happy, and we may not always agree with that. And a lot of times this comes through the form of advertising. So we're kind of touching on several different things this week, still kind of exploring that idea of happiness. So part one, and you can, work at this at your own pace. It's kind of a part one and part two sort of week, but you can do these all, however you do your work, you can sit down and do them all, at the same time, just in order. So for the first part of the week, you are going to click on your class's Jamboard linked below. And if you haven't used Jamboard before, they're very simple to use. I'm going to show you right now. Here's a video about how to create sticky notes on a Jamboard, but I'm going to show you right now. So you'll click on Online Academy and a Jamboard board pops up. Basically, it's kind of like a virtual marker board. If you haven't used one of these by now, you probably have. But I have 3 slides. You can see up here, 1, 2, 3. There are 3 different slides with 3 different advertisements on them. And part 1 is, what do you see? What do you notice about this advertisement? And part 2 is, what is this advertisement saying about happiness? Okay, I'm not going to explain what I think right now because I want you guys to really see this image, see this message, and think about what is Coca-Cola trying to do here. Just put your response on a sticky note. And over here, you can hover over it. See, it says sticky note. Click on it. And you can just type your response here. You click save. It automatically comes up here, but you can move that. You can tilt it. You can shrink it. You can make it bigger. You can edit it if you want or delete it. Maybe you want to start over. But you guys are all going to add a sticky note on each of these 3 slides for the first part. Okay, so that's part 1, pretty self-explanatory, really just getting you guys to kind of see how we are really bombarded with messages every day. And for specific reasons, but and how does that affect our happiness? I mean, think about the ads on social media. So that's the first part. After that, you're going to you're going to be in this page still. You're going to choose one of the following articles to read. They have to do with basically beauty standards in our society, and so 2 of them really focus on males. And a lot of times when we think of beauty standards in society, we do automatically think of girls and women who are targeted the most, but they are targeting males as well, and more now probably than they ever have. So there are 2 articles that deal with kind of like the guy side of things, so unrealistic, the pressure of unrealistic male bodies, and then teen boys discuss the pressures of becoming a man. This has a little video with it, and it's really interesting. The third one is from kind of like a woman's perspective. And so there's 5 different women who tell their stories about, the pressures of being perfect. And I think, this is something that we can all relate to in some way. You're just going to pick one. After you've read one of the articles, you'll move to the next material in Schoology called article reflection. Basically, it's just a place for you to write a paragraph. Okay, and you're just reflecting on that, but you are going to use the ICE method, the ICE method. So to review, we've had this already this year, but we haven't talked about it in a little while. So I just wanted you guys to read through this to review what that ICE method is. And it's really just introduce your evidence, use your evidence and cite it, and then explain your evidence. So here's 3 quick videos that explain those 3 things in a very simple way, and they're very short. So I would encourage you to watch these 3 videos. You have plenty of time to do that. And then here's an example back from when we read The Monsters Are Due on Maple Street. So definitely use this, this example, this method, because I will be grading you. Your paragraph will be graded specifically on those 3 elements. Do you have an I, C, and E? And I've even helped you out down here at the bottom, so never always read to the bottom. In this little box here, I already give you what your in-text citation should be according to which article you choose. So if you choose the Healthline article, it's Chander, period, after the parentheses. If you use the ABC article, it is Yeo, again, period, after the parentheses. And then if you use the article from The Guardian, which is this is the ladies one. It is Marsh period. And I say ladies one. You don't have to read. If you're a boy, you don't have to read the boy articles. I mean, you can choose whatever. As a woman, it's kind of interesting to read about societal beauty standards from a male's perspective. So choose whichever one you want. Okay, so that is kind of the first part, Jamboard and article reflection, which is going to look different on my end of things, but it'll look like this when it pops up to you. You read the article, write your response using the ICE method, and basically your question here, guys, is just what did you relate to? And I want you to use evidence from the article in your response, but it's very simple, just reflection on that article. All of this is going to lead you into part 2 of this week, and you're going to create an advertisement, okay? So when you click on this, it says use everything you read, and we talked about this week, and on the attached Google Draw document, it's just blank, and I'm going to open that for you in a second. You are going to create an advertisement promoting body positivity. And so you'll need to use at least one image and have a clear textual message on your advertisement. And once you're finished, just make sure you click submit. When we talk about advertisements, we can't not talk about rhetorical appeals that people use, especially in advertisements. And so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but this is a little slideshow about rhetorical appeals, logos, ethos, and pathos. I want you to read through this. It sounds kind of like, whoa, what? That doesn't even sound like English. But they are 3 different ways that really anybody writing an essay or advertisers try to appeal to us as consumers to buy something most of the time. So we have logos, ethos, and pathos, and this explains it. Just read through it. Logos is the way a speaker tries to persuade their audience with facts, numbers, research, the nuts and bolts of things. And this is just a quick overview, guys. You need to read through all of these. Ethos is when we use like credible people to promote something. So a dentist promotes Crest, a basketball player promotes Gatorade, and I have examples for each of these things too. And then lastly is pathos, and this is when the speaker really appeals to our emotions or our values, our beliefs. It's stuff that make us, really fired up emotionally. So this next slide, I can't even watch this, but it's, that whole ASPCA commercial with Sarah McLachlan singing In the Arms of an Angel. You can watch that if you want. You don't have to, but just know that pathos really appeals to our emotion. Okay, so read through that. Again, we're not like focusing a lot on that right now, but it does go into creating an advertisement. And when you get into your Google Draw, it's going to be blank. And you can do a lot with Google Draw, and I want you guys to just kind of play around with it, have fun, but here's how you add a text box. You draw it, very simple. Text goes there. To insert images, you go to image. I always do search from the web because then you have this little search box over here. You can search for like, Coca-Cola. We'll just use that since that was our first. And then you can drag the images onto your Google Draw that way. A little trick is if you do PNG after whatever you're searching for, it should give you images that don't have a background. Doesn't always work, but you can see here. See how like it's see-through background, so you don't have like that weird white box. So that's my little tip for that. So once you have your advertisement done, you're really done for this week. And that's really it, guys. If you have questions, please let me know through email. You guys are really doing a great job at home. And again, if you have any questions, please let me know.